All right, our focus this hour remains Navjot Singh Sidhu, who has now been given a one-year rigorous imprisonment by the Supreme Court in his 1988 road rage case. Now, in a key development coming in, Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, senior advocate, appears for Navjot Singh Sidhu, asking for a few more weeks to surrender on medical grounds. And not to forget that the former Punjab Chief Minister, that's Congress Chief, beg my pardon, Navjot Singh Sidhu, was likely to surrender today as well.
Let me straight away go across to Gurpreet now. So Gurpreet, any flurry of activity that we have been seeing right now ever since now Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, who is representing Navjot Singh Sidhu in the Supreme Court, because now he's been asked to file a special application before the CGI. Gurpreet.
Yes, of course, I'll take my camera person along with me to show that what is happening at the ground. We have seen a lot of MLAs, lot of netas, they are already inside, and since morning, Times Now has been breaking this story, saying that they are trying to find out the possibilities of the curative petitions, because they are trying to look out the remedy which is left with Navjot Singh Sidhu. One of the Congress neta from Patiala, we will talk to him to understand. Finally, Navjot Singh Sidhu had moved an application in the Supreme Court saying that on the health grounds, a few more weeks are required to surrender him.
Do you want me to speak in Hindi?
Yeah,
Hindi? Okay. देखिए मांगा है टाइम, वो भी हमें अभी लग रहा है पता, तो जो अटॉर्नीज़ हैं वो थोड़ी देर में आके बताएंगे कि क्या सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने अलाउ किया है और नहीं किया. जो भी आएगा वेरी सून, विद इन 2-3-5 मिनट्स यू विल गेट टू नो.
सुबह का कहा जा रहा था कि 10 बजे सीधा कोर्ट में जाएंगे और वहाँ सरेंडर करेंगे, तो कोर्ट में गए नहीं, सरेंडर नहीं किया. क्या कोई जो रेमेडीज लेफ्ट है, जो लीगल उनके पास ऑप्शंस है, उसको अवेल करना चाहते हैं?
देखिए ये एक प्रोसीजर होता है. प्रोसीजर जो भी अटॉर्नीज का प्रोसीजर है वो चल रहा है. जैसे भी जो भी प्रोसीजर ख़त्म होगा तो क्या सरेंडर करना होगा, नहीं करना होगा, टाइम मिलेगा, वो तभी पता लगेगा.
और सरेंडर के लिए तैयार है, क्योंकि कल ट्वीट करते हैं जजमेंट बाद, कहते हैं वेलकम करता हूं जजमेंट को, तो सरेंडर करने के लिए तैयार है?
यस, ही इज़ ऑलरेडी रेडी फॉर द सरेंडर. हम सभी इसीलिए खड़े हैं कि सर जा रहे हैं, सरेंडर करेंगे. जो देखिए सुप्रीम कोर्ट और अकाल तख्त साहब.
Just stay on with us. Shehzad Poonawalla is with us on the phone line. Shehzad, what do you make of this? Because he's there out on the streets conducting elephant marches and actively participating in these events. Today he's too sick to surrender.
No, we always knew that he participated in comedy and joke shows, but to make a joke of the law, to make a mockery of the law, on 18th of May, you are showing how he's fit enough to do a political protest sitting atop an elephant. But on 20th of May, he's now developed a medical condition to avoid arrest and avoid the penalty he has to pay after 34 long years. This is rubbing salt into the wounds of the victim's family. But unfortunately, bigger mockery is Rahul, Priyanka and the Congress party not taking any action on this person. He went and hugged Bajwa, called Imran Khan Bhaijan, but today he has been convicted and sentenced. Yet 24 hours later, the Congress party does not have the common shame to even make this person leave their party. What is the majburi because of which Congress is defending this person even now? The question should be asked of Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka, who have always shown their patronage for Sidhu, that will they stand for this kind of mockery of law, or else will they take action on him? What are they waiting for?
We have seen several other BJP leaders, Shehzad, also coming out and with a similar demand of whether or not Navjot Singh Sidhu will be acted upon by the party high command. He has been a special person for them as well. We'll also go across to Mr. Walia, who is the victim's advocate, also joining us on this broadcast. Mr. Walia, now we are seeing how Abhishek Manu Singhvi moving and appearing for Navjot Singh Sidhu, who has now sought for a few more weeks to surrender on health grounds. Mr. Walia.
All right, we are continuously getting those live updates there as Mr. Walia, how exactly are going to oppose this in court? Because what is being said and what we are hearing that he's been asked to submit an application to the CGI, sir. Mr. Walia?
All right, we'll try to go back to our guests as well, but going back to Gurpreet once again. And Gurpreet, what's happening at his residence at this point? On one hand, we are seeing as to how Sidhu is well enough to carry out those elephant marches, but on the other hand, his lawyer who's representing him says that he's too sick to surrender.
Well, yes, of course. I'll request my VJ to show us some visuals from inside Navjot Singh Sidhu's house. We have seen all the Congress Neta. They are sitting inside. They are waiting for the final result of this application, which has been just moved by Navjot Singh Sidhu's lawyer in the Supreme Court. Because since morning we have seen a huge number of lawyers. They have started pouring in Navjot Singh Sidhu's residence. They are trying to discuss each and every merit of this judgment which has been issued by Supreme Court. And after that, going through the judgment, when we confronted the lawyer, he says that they are trying to find out some remedy which is left with Navjot Singh Sidhu. So inside visuals we are going to show to our viewers what is happening inside Navjot Singh Sidhu, because all the Congress Netas, they are waiting for the final result of this application which has just been moved. We had a word with one of the Congress Neta from Patiala who says that he is ready to surrender before the court if there is no relief granted by the Supreme Court in this application which has been moved by his lawyers. Because we have seen that first Navjot Singh Sidhu, immediately after Supreme Court verdict, he was saying that he bow before the judgment which has been given by the Supreme Court. And after that, we have seen immediately he has started consulting with a lot of lawyers. Since yesterday onwards, we have seen huge number of the lawyers, whether from Chandigarh, whether from Patiala, or through video calls to the Delhi Supreme Court lawyers. So there is a total concentration. And at about 10 p.m. last night, Navjot Singh Sidhu's wife, she has also come here. But we have learned Navjot Singh Sidhu's son is totally in touch with the lawyer in Delhi.
Just stay on with us. We are inviting our viewers also to call in to understand what they make of what Navjot Singh Sidhu's latest contention is. I'm told that Rajinder is with us on the phone line. Hi, can you hear me? What do you have to say?
Yeah, good morning. See, Sidhu being a good citizen of India, he is an MP, he has enjoyed the power. He has to, first, he should not have moved anything else, because the justice has come after 34 years. So, by doing this, not only Sidhu, he's being a bad president. I don't know why his lawyers are advising him. He should surrender. After all, it's a 1 year. And he has to accept it gracefully. Otherwise, Supreme Court doesn't have any value at all.
No, absolutely, Mr. Rajendran, because yesterday Navjot Singh Sidhu himself was tweeting and saying that he's ready to surrender before the majesty of law. Today, he's seeking more time on medical grounds. Thank you very much, sir, for your point of view. The numbers are flashing on your television screens. Please do call us and tell us what you think about this latest move that Navjot Singh Sidhu has been making in the court now. Gurpreet, coming back to you on that, because there are many other leaders also. All right, I believe Mr. Walia is back with us on the phone line. Mr. Walia, how are you going to oppose it? Because now you've been saying that an application that has also been sought to be submitted before the CGI. How will you oppose it, sir?
I may clarify that Dr. Singhvi did mention before court number 3 that he wants extension of time 2-3 weeks to surrender. Which I opposed. I said it is 34 years. On one side, they say 34 years. And on the other side, once the judgment has come, they vaguely say on medical grounds 3-4 weeks. We opposed it. The Honorable Bench observed, Justice Khanvilkar, that look, we are sitting in a different combination. There is no application before us. If you so choose, you may file an application and let the Honorable Chief Justice constitute a bench. Please, I make it once clear, very clear. The bench did not say that you are permitted to file an application. You may file an application, that is his right.
Yes.
And we strongly oppose it because till yesterday, everybody knows all channels are carrying this thing. And today he says on medical grounds, once the judgment has come, within 6-8 hours, he has some medical problems. Strange.
Absolutely, because Mr. Walia, it was only on 19th, that is yesterday, when we saw he was taking out those elephant marches on the streets of Patiala, and a day after his ruling comes in, we are seeing his lawyer going to the court and saying that on health grounds, he wants this entire surrendering to be extended by 2 weeks.
Yes. This is strange. We will also oppose in court and bring it to the notice of the honorable bench wherever, if at all, this mentioning is mentioned.
But Mr. Walia, looking at the grounds that he's been suggesting an exemption, of course, when the matter was taken up, he also wanted the court to consider his illustrious political and cricketing background and saying that he has a lot of responsibilities even as a political person. So 1 year rigorous imprisonment, that is the reason why the court had granted to him?
No, it was under section 323, which is the maximum. 1,000 or 1 year or both. So he falls in the third category.
Both.
1,000 he has already been granted, you are aware, in the first round.
Yes.
One year RI now in the second review. So therefore, this is the maximum.
But Mr. Walia, this is also once again making a mockery out of law and a VIP culture that we are witnessing coming in from Navjot Singh Sidhu, who has been a cricketer, who has been a politician as well as a TV figure. And the law is the same for everyone.
That's right. I have no comments to offer on that. But we accept the judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court and 323 because we did make an application for enhancement of the section, and much better he should be tried because the Honorable High Court had said 304, and that's why he was given 3 years. However, it was converted 323 IPC, 1,000 was given, and in the review it has been. I have nothing more to say on that.
Right. Mr. Walia, thank you very much for taking out your time and speaking to us. Of course, now what is being said that they will be opposing, but they are still waiting as to what application really that Navjot Singh Sidhu, so through his counsel, will be taking up with the CGI now because he's seeking exemption on medical grounds. Some more callers also coming in. The numbers they're flashing on your screens. Please do call in and tell us what you think about this entire move that is now being made by Navjot Singh Sidhu. I've told Mr. Krishnan is with us on the phone line. Sir, good morning. Can you hear me?
Very good morning, madam. I am just watching your elephant ride by Sidhu. It's really a hopeless thing that he is doing. What actually is a mockery of what he is doing. And the first and foremost thing I want is the prevention of cruelty to animals should take action against him for misusing the elephant, number one. Number two, my personal viewpoint is the law also should be changed that till the time a person is accused, he should not be allowed till the time he is proved as acquitted by the court. He should not be allowed to contest the election also. These laws should be changed immediately.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Krishnan, for joining us here on Times Now with your viewpoint. And once again, urging all our viewers to call in and share your opinion on this entire matter. Going across to Neelashish, also closely tracking these developments. So yes, Neelashish, one key development being that Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, who's a senior advocate appearing for Navjot Singh Sidhu, is now asking for a few more weeks to surrender on health grounds.
Well, absolutely. Abhishek Manu Singhvi appeared for Navjot Singh Sidhu. He mentioned this matter and said that he will surrender, but he needs 2, 3, 4 weeks to, in fact, settle up his medical issues and then surrender. Of course, not forget, the State Council opposed this vehemently, saying that after 34 years...
Just interrupting you because we are getting many callers right now. Our phone lines are constantly buzzing. I'm told Sangram is with us on the phone line. Hi, good morning, Sangram. What do you have to say?
Good morning, madam. Because Navjot Singh Sidhu now immediately he should, because the media has been announcing that he has been convicted for 1 year. Now he should immediately go and surrender either before the district SP or before the Patiala police station. And the said police station, they will take him to this jail, Patiala jail. There he can be lodged in the jail, and afterwards his advocate can apply for for medical this thing. There will be a separate medical ward in the jail, and he can go and get admitted. But it is not just like...
No, but it seems that he is trying every trick in the law book rather to not go to jail there because the Supreme Court has given him a 1 year rigorous imprisonment, but it seems that he will be now looking at other legal remedies so that he and get to go to jail. It believes that the application that is being cited now, he's seeking exemption. So, Mr. Sangram, thank you very much for joining us here on the broadcast with your point of view. Neelashish and Gurpreet, to you as well. We head into a short break. The live and rolling coverage continues.